We know that the devil is going to be right in the mix of that. That it's not going to be smooth sailing. People think because you got God, everything's supposed to go like you want it to go. He said, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as the... So you have to be wise enough to know that you could be dealing with some wolves. And know how to handle that without getting your clothes dirty. But go ahead, verse 17.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils.
See, some people might say, well, you ain't got to worry about nobody because you got Jesus on your side. I just got Jesus. I ain't worried about nobody. Now, he give you the ability to handle things yourself. He give you the wisdom to handle it, but you have to handle it. So he said, beware of men. He wants you to be on the lookout, don't he? Beware of men, but they're going to do what?
For they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
So you have to be prepared for that. But now, verse 21. Skip down to verse 21, because he even show you, just like it went on with Cain and Abel, that was way back in the beginning, but that same thing is going on to this day. Just like it went on with Cain and Abel. Because we're talking about in a great house. It was a small house back then and some foolishness went on. You know when it's a whole lot more people around, you're going to have more foolishness. Verse 21. Go ahead.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death,
and
the father the child.
And
the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death.
See, he said, look, it'll get bad. And he said, the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. You mean your own brother would deliver you up so you can get killed? That's what he's telling you here, right? That's why he said, beware of men. So you can't be naive to think just because somebody's looking the part or just because somebody is close to you that they on your side. The brother shall deliver up the brother to death and the father the child. So the father would turn his child in. If it means sometime he might think, well, that's the only way he can save himself. He'd turn his child in. Say, yeah, they're in that coat over there. But the coat is only doing what the Bible says. So who is the real coat? See, but people mixed up. So the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father, the child, and then you have some children that arise up against their parents, their own parents, and cause them to be put to death. That's a whole lot of going on in a house, huh? But go ahead, 22.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
But he still wants you to endure. He letting you know it'll be some problems on the horizon. Now, let's go back to the Old Testament, because you got this all over the Bible. You got evidence on what will go on in a great house, all over the Bible. So Paul knew what he was talking about. 2 Samuel 20. 2 Samuel 20. Because you got people around you, they only concern is themselves and how they can get over and get by. They don't realize, hey, that this life gonna end soon. And if you haven't done what you were supposed to do pertaining to God, it ain't gonna matter how you got over and got by in this life. It ain't gonna matter. 2 Samuel 20. See, we don't even pay attention, even though it's right around us. We don't pay attention how short life is. So it's foolish to do contrary to God to get advancements in this life, and it's going to be over real soon. But see, everybody don't think like that. Everybody not really trying to focus on God like they supposed to. 2 Samuel 20. This is what we need to know. 2 Samuel 20 and verse 4. 2 Samuel 20 and verse 4. Go ahead.
Then said the king to Amasa, Assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present.
Okay, now, this is after David, because Absalom, the one that killed his brother Amnon, well, later on, he rose up on King David. and started some mess. See, he was the one that started some mess. That's why I say God will use anybody. But then the Lord took him out. Even though David didn't want to kill him, the Lord had him killed. Joab killed him. And he had instructions not to kill him, so he was doing wrong when he did it. But see, some people just doing their own thing. They wasn't paying attention to really doing what's right in the sight of God. So after David had dealt with this situation with Absalom, he came back. He made it back safely because he was on the run, and then they had to go to war with Absalom, and Absalom lost. So after that, matter of fact, back up and read verse 1 so we'll see what was going on. We'll see what was going on. Verse 20.
And there happened to be there a man of Belial, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, we have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to his tents, O Israel.
Okay, so now this son of Belial, which means he's a son of the devil. His name was Sheba. He basically went contrary and rose up against David because David was on loose footing now since he just went through this thing with Absalom. So he took this as an opportunity to try to start him something, to try to make himself somebody. So he got some people to try to follow him a little bit. Then that's when verse 4, what happened? Read that again.
Then said the king to Amasa, assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present.
See, he telling Amasa, he telling him to get the people together so we can deal with this Sheba. We're going to deal with him. He said, get him here in 3 days. But he took longer, this Amasa. Go ahead.
So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed.
Go ahead.
And David said to Abishai, now call Sheba the son of Bichri to do us more harm than did Absalom.
See, he said, now shall Sheba the son of Bichri do us more harm than Absalom. See, Absalom just did some harm. He ran David away from the kingdom. But David was back, and he said, this guy Sheba going to do more harm than Absalom. So, and Amasa, who he sent to get the people together, took a little longer, so that's why he's talking to Abishai now. Go ahead.
Take thou thy Lord's servants, and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape her.
Verse 7.
And there went out after him Joab's men, and the Cherethites, and the Pelethites, and all the mighty men. And they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri. Okay, now a little inside information. Joab was the general. But see, Joab was a lot of times on his own pace. Him and David was cousins. He was the general. And they made a living off killing people. But, because they was warriors. I mean, David killed Goliath. He was a warrior. He killed Goliath. But that's what the Lord was having them doing. So as long as it was in line with the Lord's will, they were not aligned with God. That was basically their job. Because they was building a kingdom for God through Israel. But however, even under those circumstances, you still got to be doing things according to God's will. You can't be doing your own will. See, and David understood that. Fair is fair and right is right. Still. So they're going to deal with this Sheba. Joab, the general, David was tired of him because he even killed Absalom when David told everybody, don't kill him. He killed him. So, turn around. Joab was going to get replaced by this Amasa. He knew. That's why David didn't even say nothing to Joab. He told Amasa, you get the people together. Because he was going to replace Joab. So, but instead of Joab taking his medicine, like he should have, he going to do something about it. So it said, verse 7, he said, there went out after him Joab's men, talking about Abishai, which was his brother, Joab's brother, and the Cherethites and the Pelethites and all the mighty men, and they did what? And they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri.
Now, they're on a mission to shoot, really, this guy Sheba, he's the bad guy. That's who they're looking for. Go ahead.
When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before him.
Okay, now Amasa come. He went before him because David gave him instructions. He was running behind, but still he was out there in the battle to take care of his business that the king has sending them on. So Amasa went before them. Go ahead.
And Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him. And appointed a girdle with the sword fastened upon his loins and the sheath thereof. And as he went forth, it fell out.
So he, in other words, he slid his sword out, you know, real smooth like, because these were some warrior brothers. But go ahead.
And Joab said to Amasa, art thou in health, my brother?
Now he come up to Amasa, smiling, like he about to hug him. But see, Amasa don't see he done slid his sword out. Art thou in health, my brother? Go ahead.
And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him.
Now he gonna kiss him. That's like Judas. He gonna betray Jesus with a kiss. Now this guy been with David for years, been knowing about the Lord, but he's still on his own program. Because it wasn't this guy hadn't done nothing to him. He upset like Cain was upset that the Lord was happy with Abel's offering. So now David is about to make this guy general in place of Joab, but that ain't, don't get mad at Amasa. He ain't did nothing to you. But now he gonna act like he gonna kiss him, grab him by the beard to kiss him, and then do what?
But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground and struck him not again. And he died.
See, he just hit him one time. Shed his bowels out, he gutted him. Everything fell out. But now, we going to see, now they was warriors, but hey, these were brothers. They was all on the same mission, really. And all of them was really physically related. But go ahead.
So Joab and Abishai, his brother, pursued after Sheba, the son of Bichri.
Okay. So now they going after what the mission is about. But now, we're going to move further. Go to 1 Kings 2. 1 Kings 2. See, and that wasn't the first time Joab had pulled some stuff that he shouldn't have been doing because he was on his own mission. He wasn't worried about doing what was right, serving the Lord like he should have. 1 Kings 2. Because he killed Abner. Israel been fighting all along. Even Saul had everybody fighting David, which he was wrong for that. And the Lord dealt with him for that. So it was war between Saul's people and David's people for years. Abner was Saul's general. But finally, when they was going to get some peace, Abner was coming across. Joab, he didn't like the threat of Abner. Abner came across, had a meeting with David, said, hey, we're going to put this thing together. We're going to stop fighting each other. We're going to be one. We're going to have some peace in Israel. What Joab do? He turned around, killed Abner. He thought he was taking a little vengeance because Abner had killed his brother, but it was his own brother's fault. When they was having a war, you know, they all knew each other. They fighting wars. And he told Joab's brother, man, don't keep falling behind. You better try to get you a name by killing one of them young guys. He running from the guy. Joab's brother keep from killing him. He running from him. Till he couldn't run no more, he had to turn around and kill him. So really it wasn't Abner's fault. But Joab took vengeance on that, which he shouldn't have. 1 Kings 2, that's just a little background. 1 Kings 2, but it show you how these people that know God, still, you got people around that's operating on their own accord. 1 Kings 2 and 1, go ahead.
Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Okay, now David is getting ready to die, and he leaving Solomon in charge. But he going to give him some final instructions. Go ahead. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgments and his testimonies as it is written in the law of Moses.
See, these were servants of God. So he telling Solomon, make sure he do that. Go ahead.